What is up, everybody? This is Cedric, and we're back on Black Ops 7, and we're back on Black Ops 6. I wanted to make this video because there was something that I've been thinking about since today, as I'm recording this. We had the announcement and like the videos coming out, or the trailers coming out for Battlefield 6, which is crazy to say because I never thought that we would get to a day where we would be getting Battlefield 6, but here we are. I know zombies is not like the best thing to be playing for like background, but I didn't want to play multiplayer again because like I feel like I've been playing that for like every video and it might not be as interesting. I'm still working on my Nebula camo challenges and all that, or I'm still working to get there. But the one question that I had is, can Battlefield 6 kill Call of Duty? I know that we had a conversation like this, not myself, but like as a community, so to speak. We had a conversation like this a while back when XDefiant came out, and a lot of people were saying, oh, it's a COD killer, it's gonna be like the biggest game ever, it's gonna kill Call of Duty, it's gonna kill COD, and everybody was so excited that it was gonna kill it. Like I knew that it was not gonna kill it, and I knew that it was a good game because I played it myself. But the thing about Call of Duty that I find the most interesting is that you could play any game that's within the same genre, like an FPS, arcade, or arcade shooter, and no other. If it's not Call of Duty, it's not gonna feel the same. Like there's a feel to Call of Duty. I know that every Call of Duty is like slightly different, and some others are more different than the previous. There's just something about like the gun movement, weapons choice, multiplayer game modes, and things like that that just make it Call of Duty. I know maybe that makes no sense after the question I presented. Will Battlefield 6 kill Call of Duty? But the reason I bring those points up is that I don't think Call of Duty is gonna be killed by another game. I do feel like, from what I've seen for Battlefield 6, it's gonna bring some great competition, at least this year, for Call of Duty, because Black Ops 7 is coming out. We don't have that much information about it. Like, there's been a few leaks and stuff like that, but I don't want to get into that much because it's unreliable. You never know if it's gonna actually stay the same as what they're what the leakers are giving information about, because everything is subject to change in development. Whenever a leaker says there's this game mode, or there's this mechanic that's in the game that's going to be coming out, or that's going to be part of the game, sometimes they change it. Even names change, because I remember for Cold War, some people were calling it that and something different. When Black Ops, I think it was Black Ops 6. Yeah, it was Black Ops 6. When Black Ops 6 was being leaked and stuff like that, they were calling it something different, not Black Ops 6. Something similar to Cold War, but it changed. So even with the information that we've gotten from different leakers and stuff like that, in news outlets, everything's subject to change. So I don't want to get all that much information unless it's like a gameplay video. Then that makes sense to like bring up, but we really haven't gotten anything like that for Black Ops 7. So it's gonna be coming out. Battlefield 6 is definitely gonna give it some good competition that it needs, because Call of Duty has been I don't want to say that it's been bad, because I've enjoyed it so far. There's a few things that they could improve on. There's things that they could have done differently that would be better, and some other things that I'm okay with. Like maybe the skins thing is something that I don't mind. Could be different, but nothing I can do about it, and no complaining about it will make a change. But it's still there. As far as trying to make it a better game goes, it feels like sometimes they drop the ball a little bit, because some of the updates are like unstable. Some things don't work. The game crashes a lot, and of course that's not always the fault of the developers, but it's more on the executives that put up these crazy deadlines for them, and sometimes it's difficult to make a stable game or make the game just work within a certain window, and if you don't have enough time, it's just difficult to make it happen, right? So with that in mind, having that kind of competition might make the developers and the executives work a little better, as far as like giving them more, or as far as the executives giving them more time goes. But will it really kill Call of Duty? I don't think so. I don't think many people have presented that question, but I know it's gonna come up at some point, because we just got like the reveal trailers for Battlefield 6, and I know a lot of people are feeling excited about it. I know some other people are saying, do not pre-order. It's not a good choice. Don't do it. And that's a whole other conversation that we could have. But I know some people are going to be very optimistic about Battlefield 6, even if they don't pre-order anything. But because of that, a lot of people are going to bring up that question, and or some people might not even question it, and they'll just straight up say it's going to kill it. And I kind of want to know what you think about it, because I could sit here all day and say, I don't think it's going to happen, I don't think it's going to kill it, but you never know. You might think differently, and it might actually happen, and I might stand corrected then when both games come out. But I really doubt it. They have, like, I think, as far as I remember, when I started gaming and stuff, Battlefield that was around, Call of Duty was around. I'm not that old. But they were both around, and they were competing against each other, but not necessarily because they cater to the same demographic, because they're very different games. They do have some things that are similar. Of course, they're both military themed. They both have similar game modes. Because of that, a lot of people like to compare it. But if you really think about it, there's not that many other games that can do what Call of Duty does, and they can do that can do what Battlefield does. I know there's been a lot of other games that try to be very similar and that try to appeal to the same demographics, but they usually die a lot quicker, because it's difficult whenever there's a game that's very well established, even if they don't do that well, or even if like the community sentiment is not great. Even if there's another game that tries to capitalize on that, on the game not doing that well or not being well received, most of the time they always end up dying anyway, because it's difficult to establish a new franchise by another completely different and new sometimes studio. So because of that, most of the time they end up dying. And when there's an already established franchise like Battlefield or Call of Duty, and they're competing at another franchise that's well established, they usually do just fine. There may be a little bit of a dip in the sales that they have this year, but not that much to really say, oh, well, it killed it, but enough of a dip for the executives to pay attention and say, hey, something's going on, right? And I know that they're already preparing for it. They'll probably move around like the release dates for that, just like they're doing with GTA 6. Everybody's trying to avoid the release window for that. It's still gonna affect it, because like just a regular gamer, just a regular consumer like me, or maybe like you, it's not gonna have. And I'm not saying that we're broke, but like we're most likely gonna have to make a choice. Do I want to get Battlefield 6? Do I want to get Black Ops 7? And even the younger demographic that Call of Duty has been sort of aiming at, it's also gonna have to make that choice. Because honestly, I looked at the trailers for Battlefield 6, and I was gonna react to them and record the reaction, but I was at the gym and I was just looking at it, and I was like, this looks pretty cool, man. I actually want to play it. And I'm not saying that I'm like the biggest Battlefield fan, but I have played Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, and those were some of my favorite Battlefield games, but I didn't play them as much as Call of Duty. Because again, there's something about Call of Duty, even when it's not a great year, that it just, I don't know, it scratches something. There's something about it, even if it's slightly different or a lot more different than we expected. It's always something about it that just makes it feel different to other games, and that no other game can really accomplish. For me, it doesn't seem like a difficult question to answer. Will Battlefield 6 kill Call of Duty? It won't really. I don't think it will. And can it do it? It probably could, if it was if it was a franchise that was targeted, or not necessarily targeted, but maybe if it was a franchise that was covering the same ground as Call of Duty, but they both offer very different experiences, even if they're very similar. And the only similarities that they have is just game modes. Most of the time they both have campaigns, but their art direction, the stories that they tell through the campaigns are very different. If anything, thematically, sometimes they are similar because they usually focus on like a modern military thing. But other than that, that's really all they offer the same. Because like gameplay is very different. Like, hey, sure, you can run on both games. You can shoot on both games. You can, you can use weapons in both of those games. But like, their gameplay is very different. Like, they have very different directions. One is like a bigger scale kind of thing. If anything, they could only really compete in the battle royale side of things, because they are also releasing a battle royale for Battlefield 6, and apparently it's going to be free to play. So that's really where they're going to be competing the most. But they're still very different, because usually Battlefield is a little more grounded. It's not as like, it's usually a little more grounded as far as like skin goes and like their gameplay goes. Like it tries to be as realistic as possible. And Call of Duty tends to be still within the semi-realistic feel. Yeah, they do have some similarities, but they also don't. So if anything, they'll be competing in the Battle Royale side of things, and Call of Duty's not been doing that great on that side from, as far as like the perspective of the executives goes, because I've seen that some reports that their executives are not that happy with the numbers that they've had, but the games have been doing great anyway. Like if you compare it to other games, it's doing just as well as it's always done. I want to bring that question to you. Do you think Battlefield 6 could kill Black Ops, or do you think more like me, where it's gonna make some people a little worried, but it's not gonna be like this big of a deal like some people are gonna make it out to be soon, I think, because they like, people always do that. But yeah, I would like to have that conversation with you. Leave a comment if you want to have that conversation, and if you like these type of videos, please consider leaving a like. It does help the channel a lot. Also subscribing if you're not. We have a total of 4 subscribers, which is odd to say because I wasn't expecting to get subs. Like, I know I say this at the end of every video, but I never really expect it to happen. But I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you drink enough water, that you take care of yourself, that you tell your mom you love her, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.